Hey guys, my name is Sean. I got the opportunity to talk with some of you guys. Sorry about the echoey. This is just the best room and I like the background. And I just noticed I'm wearing my Portland shirt, so yeah, that's where I'm from. Oddly enough, my roommate didn't want to wear this, so he kind of was about to throw it away, but I grabbed it. I know it's strange. But my name is Sean. I got to talk with some of you guys before, and from what I understand, not everyone was there, and so I want to kind of let you guys know a little bit about me, a little bit about my story. I grew up with this understanding that if you work hard enough, you can achieve anything. You can get anything you want, you know. When I was a kid, you know, the big mentality was like, if you want it hard enough, you can become the President of the United States. And I grew up with that, and I believed that. And so I worked hard, and I put together like a list of things that would be necessary for me to achieve my goal. My goal was kind of unique. My goal was to have a book written about me. And so this book, or this list had everything from wrestling pythons to climbing crazy things to curing cancer and different stuff like that, just craziness all throughout it. And through my life, I was able to achieve some of these things, and got some cool stories from it too. And those might come out whenever I speak. And I ended up enlisting in the military because I realized, hey, if you want a book written about you, the military is probably one of the easiest ways to go about it. Because let's be honest, every year there's a movie that comes out about the military. Every year there's books and books and books, best-selling books that are about people in the military. So I'm like, shoot, go time. So I went Special Forces and in the Air Force called SERE. It's a Survival, Evasion, Resistance, and Escape Specialist. And so in that, we got to learn how to survive anywhere, how to hide anywhere, how to go through interrogation without giving up information. Got to really just get nitty gritty and experience some of those hard things and epic things that makes a person cool. And so I was really excited about this, and I've been dieting and exercising since 4th grade, and I knew I wanted to do something epic, so I honed my body, honed my skills, and so I can achieve this. And before I got in the military, I was by far the strongest person per pound, if not totally, at my school, running all the time, lifting all the time, all this stuff. And I go into the military, basic training, I just rock it. People are noticing me, things are going well. And then I go into Special Forces training, and doing that, I'm doing really well. I got some notoriety, got some responsibility. And in every single phase, in Special Forces you have different phases, different focuses. And at the end of each phase, they have what's called like a hell night, or a hell day, hell time, I don't know, hell something. But it's a time where they're trying to get you to quit. They're trying to get you to quit. They are physically beating you up, just tearing you down, and they are mentally tearing you down. So they're ripping into you, saying just messed up things all the time, and just tearing into you and stuff. So they're seeing if you really want it, if your toughness to handle it. And on top of that, they want to see if you're physically able to do it. And so I remember I was going out to this hell day, a little nervous, but I was dead set at saying, hey, nothing's going to take away this from me. Nothing. There's no way they're going to get me to quit. There's no way that they're going to get me out of this program. I'm going to have to die. I'm going to die before I give up. And so I went through the day, and as the day went on, my chest got really tight, and everything was starting to feel really wrong. I started feeling like my heart beating against the side of my chest, and it was just terrifying. But I knew it was like, hey, if I keep on going, I just need to make it to the end of the day. If I make it to the end of the day, I'll be able to become a SERE specialist and be that epic man that I want to be. And so as the day went on, I started coughing up things. I started feeling worse, and so I had to hide myself. So whenever we lined up, I put myself in the back. So if I had to cough up stuff, I could hide it by, when people look back, I look around with them like, and just do that. Well, the day goes on, and ended up on my way home. A lot of people quit. It's about, I think it's just under 90% of the people who go into that phase quit on that hell night. And so a lot of people quit, and so there was like a lot of just angry people. And because of that, the sergeants came out and punished us because they were saying stuff that they shouldn't have. So we all got punished. And we went down our faces and did push-ups. Even at the first push-up, I couldn't breathe. There was no air going into my lungs, but I still had that vision, that understanding in my life, my mind, that if I got to my room, I'd be able to rest, and I'd be okay, and I'd become the man that I want to be. I would become that man that people want to read about. I'd become that man that has a voice in this world. And so I went through, made it through it all. Sergeant leaves, and very unique to SEER specialists is that every time that we're outside, we have 75 to 85 pounds of sand on our back in a rucksack. And so I stand up, still not able to breathe. I grab my rucksack, put it on my back, still unable to breathe. We start marching back, marching back, marching back. And probably wasn't more than 4 or 5 steps before my foot went down and I started to fall. I collapsed down, and my wingman grabbed that rucksack so it didn't crush me, eased me down. I was unconscious for a couple seconds. I come to, by that time, they're dragging me to my sergeant. My sergeant asked me, "Hey, do you have asthma?" And I said, "No, but I did have it when I was a child." And he said, you cannot be a SEER specialist with asthma." So every fear was coming to my life. And so they take me to the hospital, and I tell my sergeant, "Sergeant, I want you to come with me because I want you to know that I'm not weak and that I deserve this, that there is no one better qualified for this job than me with what little breath I had." And so I went and did an x-ray from my belly button to my chin. And my sergeant was next to me, the doctor's over here. And you know how they have like those little shiny back screen things and they throw x-rays on? So this guy throws the x-ray on, and my Sergeant Feather, right next to me, said some things that aren't appropriate to repeat, but he was like, "Dang!" And so what we saw was my chest. And so you saw my heart, you saw my neck, you saw my shoulders, you saw my collarbone and everything like that. But there was something weird that even a doctor could recognize that was not right. There was a black circle around my heart. There's a black circle around my heart and a line through the center of my chest and blackness going throughout my neck. And my sergeant, speaking up because I didn't have enough air in my chest to speak up, said, "What is that?" And the doctor said, "That's air. Airman Page here, he has popped a hole in his left lung, and every time he coughs, it releases more air, and then when he relaxes, it closes back up. And so he has released so much air in his chest that he cannot get a full breath." And we have a couple options with this. We can go in, take out all the air, kind of suture, repair the area, or what I would recommend is us right now just kind of seeing if we can keep him calm enough and like that so he doesn't open it up again, so he can heal on his own and let the air kind of seep through the skin naturally. And so next few days I went through just hanging out in the hospital. Every time sergeants came in, I took what little air I could get in my chest, and I told them stories. I told them how epic I was, some of the crazy things I am, and just all this stuff. Filled myself up in their eyes so they knew that I was not weak, that this circumstance, this popped lung, was a freak accident, and I deserved this. I worked harder than anyone else. If anyone deserves to be a SEER specialist, that's me. And they believed this, and so they fought for me, and it made me feel great. But as testing went on, and they tried to figure out how I popped a lung. It was a crazy freak accident, but they diagnosed me with asthma, and they said, "Hey, it was just an acute asthma attack, and you pushed too hard for too long while your lungs were restricted, and it just caused so much pressure that it popped." And just like my sergeant told me, you cannot be a SEER specialist with asthma. And so that goal, though I deserved it, though I worked so hard, was taken from me. And I say this, the reason why I want everyone to hear this story is because in that time I realized something. Goals are great, goals are wonderful, but it's much more important to stay focused on what you really want. See, I wanted a book written about me, yeah, that was a goal, but what I really want was to be a man that is respected. I want to be a man that faces hardships and rise above it. I want to be a man that stands above, that is strong and confident. And so the fact that I popped the lung and things were taken from me, I still realized that I didn't fall apart. I kept on going. And today I have a wonderful life. I have a ministry down in Portland that I love, and I'm around people who love me, and I'm blessed all the time. And so, practically speaking, what I would like to convey to everyone is that what helped me out the most when life was ruined for me, when the world said, "No, you're not good enough for this," when things were always outside of my grasp, is that there are people in this world that want to help you. You have teachers, you have coaches, you have parents, you have siblings, you have friends. If you're a religious person at your churches and other things, you have people there that want to invest in you. And they're able to step in and speak into your life, like a man like Howard spoke into my life and said, hey, what do you really want? And I said, I want to be a man. And he's like, all right, you can still be that. And so it refocused me. So when things are outside of your ability, see, for me, reading and writing was really hard. And so me getting an A in language arts was never a possibility. But even though I never got an A, I still tried my hardest all the time. Not because I wanted the A, but because I knew the man I wanted to be is a man who tries hard. Even when he fails, he doesn't quit, he keeps on going. And that's what I want to leave you guys with. And that's kind of a little bit of my story. I have other things I can talk about, and if you guys have anything specifically you want me to talk about, believe me, I got a lot of stories. Like I said, I have a list of things. So I'm really flexible. Let me know if you guys need anything else from me. I'm excited to hear back from you guys, and I'm honored that you guys would consider me. And I thank you again for being so kind to me when I was there and visiting. And yeah, I hope you have a good day.